Experience everything, because everything is a lesson. Listen. Be observant. You never stop learning until you die. My perspective on myself was going to boarding school.
There were a bunch of boys in the back of the bus that were just, you know, they were rough playing and punching the crap out of each other. And during this point, I was sitting in the middle part of the bus, minding my business, and I heard one boy say to the other, you know, fuck, get your hand off my crotch, you fucking homo.
I had a 3-week stay in a psycho ward in a hospital, and the first 3 days of that was in the emergency room, which was a small white box, you know, a small white room. No, one window, one door. It was locked all the time, so there was nothing to do but to reflect on oneself.
I got pummeled and harassed and ostracized and like all kinds of other wonderful, wonderful things.
Can you tell me, you know, what is a homo? So my mom said, well, dear, that's kind of a word that describes someone who is like attracted, I don't think she said sexually, because they didn't say that word back then, but to somebody of their own gender. So it would be like a boy that likes to be with boys, or a girl that likes to be with other girls. Anyway, so I just remember suddenly this hot wave kind of moved over my body. It was kind of paralyzing, and I remember this searing, burning sort of thought just, you know, filled up my brain, and I remember thinking, oh my God, I'm a homo.
I guess I sort of, my personality developed a lot more and molded a lot of the things that I am today.
In the white box, I was forced to think, and I was also at that point in my life a very low point in my life, so it was kind of impossible not to go anywhere but better.
I kept picturing telling my mom or my dad, and having, I remember I practiced this over and over in my mind, that they would get a suitcase and tell me to pack, that they'd never want to see me again. The most important thing is parents, please, you know, get a grip. Please, you know, if you even suspect that your child has tendencies at a very early age, do not attempt to, you know, don't take them off to a Freudian psychiatrist or something. Come on, you know, love, embrace your child. You know, your love has more impact on a forming child's mind and emotions and ability to mature and have relationships in their future than anything else in their world.
My parents raised me, and it took me 19 years to realize that they raised me well.
My dad was never really around. My parents divorced when I was 3 years old, and I guess my dad taught me to be the opposite of him, because he was a complete dickhead and a real loser. And I can honestly say that I have nothing but respect for him. Nothing but respect for him. Society in itself pressures everybody to conform, because if you're not normal, you're not normal. And nobody likes people that are different, because different is new and strange and hard to understand. If everyone were normal, the world would be a horribly boring place.
You know, I couldn't figure out what it was, but I never really felt anything in common with anybody, which is probably one of the reasons why I found myself withdrawing.
Take a look at yourself in the mirror one day and just think to yourself, what do I look like?
Life It gets better if you want it to. I learned that the hard way. You have to want it to get better though.